Start off general conditions, it was absolutely fantastic. For mid to late November, it was a bit cold in the morning, but after that it really warmed up quite nicely. I wore an Under Armour top under my gear, and I was comfortable all day. The game did get off to a bit of a late start, but everyone got a chance to go through the safety video and the team briefings. The delay gave the command a little more time to go over their command structure with their teams and get that stuff set up. First half of the game, SRT started off working as a 5-man mercenary team. We started off working with Biohazard, another 5-man mercenary team that was separate from us. Our first mission was to free our 2 SRT members that were taken prisoner by the rebel force and were being held at their old base. We quietly approached Checkpoint Alpha to see what was going on. At first we only saw a few rebels and thought we'd be able to take them, but after a little while more and more kept coming out until there was at least 12 at Checkpoint Alpha, and still untold numbers at the rebel base where our guys were being held. So Biohazard sent out a negotiator to negotiate for 15 minutes of our time to release our 2 guys. They were happy to do that. The first mission they gave us was to help take over the helipad. So we assaulted the helipad. It wasn't a difficult assault. It was, light resistance. We pushed hard through the brush and through the large open path there. I made a pretty good time getting control of the helipad. Great job by Brandon Nilsson, diving into the main base at the helipad and taking people out. Once we had full control of the helipad, I looked up at Eddie and I told him, I said, hey, now that that's done, what else do you want us to do with the other 8 minutes? So that went really well. After that, we were released, since we were still working with Team Biohazard, and we had information that the rebel base was only held by about 3 guards. We thought we'd make a try to take that over. There was definitely more than 3 guys up there, and we got shot up by one of these invincible guys up on the hill that just never died. But so we gave that up. We just pulled out and went back to the infirmary, got our guys healed up, and decided to take off again from there. I believe we made one more attempt at the rebel base and didn't make it through. We did take Checkpoint Alpha, but since we're not putting flags up or leaving guards behind, it really doesn't do us too much to get to take stuff without having a contract first. As we were moving out again, we got a call on the radio by command and told that we had a mission to go check out. They wanted us to take the rebel base. They wanted to give us 40K, which wouldn't have been able to happen just because that's their respawn point. But so we confirmed that, and Biohazard was right next to us. We heard command come over the radio and tell Biohazard to turn on SRT and take them out, and then move out to some other mission. I forget exactly what it was. Their commander drew their sidearm. I shot him, as well as 2 other guys, and I think the rest were duly safety killed by the other 4 SRT members, who were all standing right next to them. So the lesson learned is a headset really can be helpful, especially when you're a mercenary team standing next to another mercenary team, and things kind of change rapidly on you. We did make an attempt to go negotiate with the rebels to see if we could work for them. I went up with a white flag, and one of their guys just shot me, so we died, and we killed a few of their guys, and then just left again. So after failing to take the rebel base again, we decided to go take a look at the coalition base. We got offered $2 million to take it out by command. So we made an attempt at it, but there was some confusion on the green team side. They were told that they could respawn at their bases, when in fact they were supposed to go back to the infirmary, and then they could reinsert, so they could put their dead reg on and walk back to a base they already held, and then restart the game from there. There was no on-field respawning though, although there was some medics. So there was a little confusion there with that, and we just kept killing them, and they kept coming back out in larger and larger waves. By the end of the second half, we were all dead by the time the whistle blew, and we went back. So I think our cash on hand for the first half was about $750,000. I think Biohazard was closer to $3 million at that point. So we were a little behind. Really weren't getting a whole lot of missions, and definitely were not building up any kind of good rapport with either of the teams. So we broke for lunch. Warden, of course, had their fantastic homemade food. Today it was homemade potato soup, as well as your regular staples like hot dogs, drinks, snacks, chips, other things like that. Biohazard raffled off a P90. I'm not sure who won that, but Quinn did win a case of energy drinks that he graciously shared with the team that gave him a ride up there. So I got to try that out. I heard their root beer wasn't bad. Second half of the game, after our less than fantastic experience with the Rebel team, we decided to quickly make our way up to the green team. A lot of hacking and slashing and ducking and crawling through the brush. We were trying to avoid being seen by anybody until we could actually get close to somebody on green that could make a decision. Once again, we approached green with a white flag. They, brought us in, and I was able to talk to their commander, who was happy to hire us, and we got a contract for $1.2 million to take back the helipad from the rebels. So we ran down there, and with the help of the green team, we were able to take back over the helipad. I think we got another $2 million to hold the helipad, which we were happy to do. We got an ammo drop shortly after that. Paul grabbed that up as soon as it hit the ground. Got a code for $750,000. Called that in, cashed it in. Gave the rest of the ammo to the green team that was near us. Since we can't use it, we were under unlimited ammo, and they had all field ammo that was delivered on the field. I think everyone in the field started out with 300 rounds, thereabouts. Their commanders had more rounds they could disperse as necessary. It was about shortly after that the high-value target entered the field, and this was kind of our secret mission for the second half of the game. Both of the mercenary teams had the same mission. We were told that the high-value target was going to land at the helipad, and we were offered $13 million to grab him and bring him back to the infirmary alive. So we grabbed him. We saw him before he even walked on the field, and it just worked out. The green was headed the same way where we were. They asked us to help escort him to Checkpoint Alpha, which is just past the infirmary, and that was where it really got intense. I mean, we were fighting for every 10 feet that we moved. Paul was really doing a great job, leading the green team, pushing them forward, getting guys to move up, move up, move up. But at this point, my gears were shredded on my GMP M4. I was down to a borrowed pistol. Gabe and Sonny were out in front, laying down some serious suppressive fire. A lot of guys in the bush and in the shrubs shooting at us. So, like I said, it was, we worked for every 10 feet of that walk down to the infirmary. Once we got right across from the infirmary, I grabbed the high-value target, and I was basically his personal bodyguard and body shield while we were going up there, just trying to keep him, from getting shot. We had basically a straight shot across a large path to get to the road down to the infirmary, and once we hit the infirmary hill, we were clear. We were off the field. So we just grabbed everybody we could and told them, hey, last 30 seconds, man, we need you to fire, 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 and just give us a wall of bodies firing rounds, to get us safely over there. So we got them in place and dashed across, this large open path, and we were able to make it. Ran down the hill to the infirmary and cashed in our high-value target for $13 million. After that, Biohazard offered us $6.5 million to buy our high-value target off of us. So we agreed to do that. Turned over Akbar, our high-value target, to Biohazard, and we also had a code at the end that was for a mobile infirmary at the comms tower, good for 30 minutes after you call it in. We couldn't use it. We were trying to sell it to Green before the game got called. We didn't quite make it. Green wasn't sure what exactly it was we were trying to sell them, and they didn't end up buying it before the whistle got called. So that was where we ended, about when the whistle got called. I haven't seen an official report from the field staff as to where all the teams stand, but my best guess, from what I could see from my vantage point, SRT was last working with the Green Forces. We still had comms with the Green CO, and we're on good speaking terms with Biohazard. We just sold them their high-value target. They also asked us to help escort the high-value target to the main Green base to try and, Biohazard wanted to try and sell the high-value target back to the Green team. We still had that code for the mobile infirmary at the comms tower, and our total in our bank account, I'm not sure, but it should be around $22–23 million, somewhere around there. Biohazard was also last at the infirmary, and if they paid for that $6 million or that $6.5 million out of their purse, then that would leave them about dry, so they can't have much cash on hand. But like I said, they're trying to double their money with that high value target and taking it back up to the green CO. The green controlled every base on the field except the main rebel base. Like I said, the entire field was basically controlled by green at the end of the day, except for that one base. The rebel team really didn't know exactly what was going on with them. I know they still controlled their base. I have no idea what their cash was. I know they were spending more cash on the contractors, and it seemed like the green team was spending more cash on ammo drops and airstrikes and whatever else they could buy with that. After the game, I had to take off. They did have a raffle after the game. I wasn't able to stay for it, but it seemed like everybody had a great day of airsoft, and it was a whole lot of fun. Can't wait for next year. Already kind of planning out strategies to see what we can do for next year. I'm really looking forward to it. Hey, another great job by Warden. Thanks to Biohazard for coming out and helping set this up. Can't wait to see you on the field next year. If you'd like to read the written after-action report for this game, go ahead and check out our website, backyardtacticaltraining.com/SRT. We should have a link for it somewhere there. Also check out our Facebook group, and we'll have a link there to this document. Thanks a lot, and see you on the field.